Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Here we talk about all things creative and artistic. Today I'm going to talk to you about watercolor pencils, and together we are going to create this butterfly drawing, which is a simple demonstration of watercolor pencils and what we can create with them. I use watercolor pencils a lot in my artwork because it gives a really nice base layer. Brand of watercolor pencils I use for my archival artwork is Faber-Castell Albrecht Durer Watercolour pencils, which gives a really nice smooth base layer for me to work on with other colored pencils. So here is a simple drawing of a butterfly, and I'm using Patello blue of the watercolor pencils to color the background. The other colors I will be using for the background are mauve, pale geranium lake, leaf green and cadmium yellow. They're all Faber-Castell watercolor pencils, Albrecht Durer series. You can see this full tutorial in real time in my Patreon channel, where you can draw with me and learn. There are 12 beginners tutorials in my Patreon channel, where we also learn about different subjects, textures and techniques as beginners, and this really helps to explore colored pencils, not just watercolor pencils. Watercolor pencils help to create really vibrant and precise artwork, and the slow layering is very peaceful and very therapeutic. Just like meditation, it gives a lot of time to slow down and to reflect and focus. I use Faber-Castell Albrecht Durer watercolor pencils because they're great to create the base layer. I use that a lot in the beginners tutorials as well as in my kids classes. They can be used by anyone because it doesn't involve using chemical solvents, so anyone of any age can use them without worrying about solvent allergies. So the paper I'm using here is from a watercolor pad, 230 GSM acid-free paper. Watercolor paper is thicker than normal A4 paper, and it helps to hold water because of that thickness, and it doesn't buckle when water is applied. Buckling means wrinkling up when water is applied, so watercolor paper is what we use to create water-related artwork. So firstly, I'm layering the background with blues, purples and greens. The main thing about colored pencils is layering. Any colored pencil, not just watercolor pencil. You will need multiple layers to get the vibrancy, and the way to layer is by holding the pencil further away from the tip lightly and coloring, layer after layer on top of each other. If you press too hard, it will flatten the tooth of paper and it won't be able to take up any more layers. So that's what I'm doing here, going over the areas again and again, adding more layers, adding more pigments to the paper. And the more pigments you have on the paper, the more vibrant it will look when you blend. And if you don't have enough pigments on the paper, blending won't create much of a difference. So having lots and lots of layers on top of each other is super important when it comes to colored pencils. And that's why I'm applying more and more layers. Keep going until you're satisfied it looks dark enough. Once I'm happy with the layering, I blend the background layers with water. When you're using water, it's very important to be careful not to completely wash the colors away with too much water on the paintbrush. So always have a tissue paper nearby that you can dab the paintbrush to get rid of the excess water. Blending is my favorite part because it makes the painting come alive and gives a roadmap for me to work on. Here I am moving the brush in circular motion to blend the colors very carefully. The reason why I'm moving in a circular motion is because I want sort of blurry bokeh looking background that's not too straightforward and liney. So if you want to create a linear straight background like a background of a wall or a fence, then you can use the technique where you use straight lines, but I want to create the effect of blurred light and leaves, and that's why I'm using a circular motion of the paintbrush to blend the colors with water. Again, I'm highlighting the importance of having lots and lots of layers. The reason is because if you have a lot of layers, you can see the colors look very vibrant and dark. And if you want to create a lighter effect, then fair enough, not having too much layers is fine. But if you want a dark, vibrant background, very colorful, which is what I'm aiming for here, I have used a lot of layers of the colored pencil, a lot of pigments on the paper. And also I'm using very minimal amount of water, to just enough to move the pigments about so it looks very blurry. So having a tissue paper is very important. Dab to get rid of extra water, and also continue moving the paintbrush in the circular motion to create that circular effect. Once I'm happy with the background blending, I will let the painting to dry for a couple of hours. Another really good thing about the watercolor pencils is that it dries pretty quickly. And the next step is, if you want a darker background, you can go over the already blended background and add colors. But if you're happy with it, you can move on to color the butterfly. Here I am using primary colors mostly for the butterfly wings, because it is a tutorial on my Patreon channel where I wanted to talk about color mixing techniques with watercolors too. For the butterfly wings, I'm using the same techniques as before. I'm layering the colors. I'm using the pencil to create a lot of layers and a lot of patterns on the wings, and holding the pencil further away from the tip is very important, because that way I can add more layers. But here for the little circles, I can't add layers anyway because it's a small area, so that's why I'm holding the pencil nearer the tip. When you are layering with colored pencils, the pressure is really important. Hard lines don't help to create smooth transition between colors, so the first layers need to be very light. If you use too much pressure at the very beginning, it will also flatten the tooth of paper and it won't take up any more pigments, so you won't be able to layer. This butterfly tutorial, as well as the Patreon tutorial, was inspired by my road trip to Lancaster, where I visited the Williamson Park and also the butterfly house in there, which really inspired me to do a lot of studies of butterflies and read about butterflies. This particular butterfly isn't belonging to any particular type. I just used the colors in my imagination to make it as vibrant and fun for my students. But I created some realistic drawings of realistic butterflies in my Patreon channel as well as on my YouTube. You will see them. I created a painting of a peacock butterfly in the Patreon tutorial, where you will be able to draw that with me. As well as there are two other YouTube videos of a blue morpho butterfly and a common blue butterfly. All three varieties are common butterflies seen here in UK. So here I am adding black to make the colors a bit more highlighted and to pop out. Using black background helps to make the colors more vibrant and to pop out of the paper. Making the black darker is done by using blues and also Payne's grey as well. Black isn't just black. Black has a lot of other colors. By adding more colors to black, we'll make the black very dark black and deep black. So I'm continuing practicing the same techniques as I explained before, adding more layers, lots and lots of layers of black, and also adding more colors like deep blue as well as Payne's grey to make the black darker and more thicker and deep. That will help my other colors to pop out here. And then I'm going to blend all the colors. When I'm blending, I have to be very careful that I don't blend black with other colors, because there are a lot of yellows here, so I have to be careful when I'm blending the black doesn't bleed into yellow and make it very muddy. So I was telling you about the inspiration behind this painting. That is the Williamson Park in Lancaster, the butterfly house in that place, and that is a lovely place. If you get a chance, go and visit, and I have a video and reels about it in my YouTube channel as well, just to give you a bit of inspiration. And I love to let my travels and my outdoor journeys to inspire my work, because there is so much inspiration in the nature around us. And Travel and Art with Kamanika is my new YouTube channel where I share with you all the travel stories that inspire my artwork. So don't forget to subscribe and support me there as well. That's where I'm sharing my travel stories with you as well as my students. And I get to inspire my students with my travel stories too. And this one was one of those tutorials that I created based on a travel. So once I have completed coloring the black areas, you have a choice. You can either leave it as it is because it's dark enough, but I'm going to mix water and blend it as well very carefully, so I'm not making it muddy. Very carefully blend it and then let it dry. So I hope you enjoyed watching me draw this butterfly with watercolor pencils, and I hope it gave you some inspiration as well. Colored pencils are truly a wonderful medium. It's very therapeutic, very relaxing, and you can create vibrant artwork. It's like meditation because it's a slow medium, but I love that about colored pencils. So hope you enjoyed watching the video. The full real-time tutorial is on my Patreon channel where you can draw with me. And there are 12 other tutorials as well for the beginners, and you can try different textures as well as different subjects. Like we've got a bunny there, we've got birds, we've got flowers, and we've got baubles and metal reflections as well. So lots of different things to try and experiment with colored pencils and to learn about lots of different techniques as a beginner. And then you can always build up your knowledge on further experiments and further learning. And I'm only an email away if you have any questions as a subscriber. I'm going to do another lesson with my Patreon art students as well. So I will be sharing their beautiful butterfly drawings in my Facebook as well as on the YouTube channel. Thank you all for watching, and thank you as always for all the kind support with my artwork as well as in my YouTube channel and Facebook and all the other different social medias. I really appreciate all your kind support. Hope you enjoy watching my video and hope it inspired you too, and have a lovely day everyone. Take care wherever you are in the world, with all my love.